All right, Jandler here, and just like any true TV show and episodic program out there, during the off season or the summertime, you tend to do a lot of reruns. All right, now we're doing the same thing here at Choey and Jandler's. It's just we're added our own little twist. We've gone back to some of the previous episodes, taken one episode, chopped it up into two episodes, using our new format. So I just invite you to sit back, relax, and listen to that. Enjoy it. But don't worry, we have more stuff coming out soon, like more things. And obviously, we'll be back in August. And until the next time, peace. All right, welcome back to Choey and Jandler's Happy Hour. Welcome, Choey.
Welcome, Jandler. All right, now I think we're ready to rock.
Man, just takes a couple seconds there with that first sip.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Once you hit your lips.
Yeah, old school, man.
Yes, sir.
Love Frank the Tank. So I went through two apps on my phone, right? And I kept thinking it was the app.
Yeah.
I'm tracking my steps this year. I'm just curious, like how much I walk as a teacher a day. There must be something with the Wi-Fi because like there's times it doesn't like connect real well. It filters in later, like almost like it's buffering or whatever. So I got like a Fitbit watch. Like most people have like an Apple Watch, right?
Yeah.
Apple Watches are cool. My thing is like, well, everyone has an Apple Watch. I don't want to be like everybody else, right? So that's the only reason I haven't got it. But the only thing I care about that watch, I mean, obviously it's cool to know what the time is, but it's just really tracking my steps. When I get a message, I'm like, oh, someone texted or whatever. But anyway, all that long story. So sorry to bore you. Obviously this week it didn't happen because we weren't there Monday. First 2 full weeks, I've walked a full marathon every week. Like I'm doing like 5+ miles a day. First day of school, I had like 6.5 or something like that. When we do our field trip, because us elementary kids, we had field trips. I bet I'll be close to 10 miles that day.
We like going from the campus I was at before to the one I'm at now. I didn't think I would walk as much because it's a way smaller building, but I still get in like a decent amount of movement, which is great. I guess going from 10+ hallways across like 4 structures kind of thing to 2 hallways in one structure.
Yeah.
The one thing that irritates me though about the Apple Watch, since I do have an Apple Watch, is it's supposed to like kick in and track, like so like it automatically kicks in and tracks your workouts. And I'll be doing some stuff, and then like all of a sudden it vibrates, and it's like, when I start a workout, I'm like, sure, why not? So I let it go for about 10, 15 minutes because I get like credit for 10, 15 minutes worth of workout time, right?
Right.
And then I end it when I sit back down. 10, 15 minutes worth of workouts, so it should give me 10 to 15 minutes worth of like exercise time, and I got a minute. I'm like, that's not even possible.
Oh, so I haven't even been using that setting on mine.
No, it irritates me because I'm like, wait a second, like how is it that I'm not getting credit for exercise if you're telling me I was working out the first?
So I just wonder, like I said, if there's like a not like a block or whatever, but like it just because you're in the school Wi-Fi, if it's not just like sinking in like it should be like right away.
I always got the phone on me though, so you would think it would just signal back. It's just.
So I started like tracking my steps because I'm doing these virtual races.
Yeah.
And one of them, the race I'm using those steps for is 828 miles. Right now, I'm on pace to walk for like over 1,100 miles this year or something. So like I'll clearly get that just in school, just walking.
800 miles for a race.
Okay, so like
that's insane.
These virtual, it's not like you do it all at once, man. These are virtual races, and they're like
an Ironman thing.
Kind of like there's like these. I mean, they're all different, but they're like real world places. Like you could go like the Wall of China, and it's not like you're gonna run across the Wall of China. Like you do whatever your exercise is, adds up. Like if you're running, walking, biking, rowing, swimming, things like that, your steps, like it adds up to that. So like I did it just to see. Like I'm actually doing like 6 races at once, and I'm doing all sorts of different stuff for each one. This one I strictly is like all I'm doing is counting my steps because I'm just curious. Like I was like, how curious? Like I was like, how much do we walk as teachers? Because I don't really get.
Far do you walk?
Because I don't really get to sit down a lot, But that leads me into I've been really good. This is what I really loved about summer is getting back into working out. Dude, man, I come home get stressed, but it may take me like 5 minutes to kind of talk myself into it. Hey, go ride the bike, go row machine or whatever, right? Yeah. Once I start doing it, man, I feel like all those endorphins, I guess, that you release. Man, it just feels so good. Like yesterday, I told you we went out late. We went out at late. The lady said they'd be there at 9:30. I told them I was like, I'm not even leaving my house till 9:30 because I know y'all aren't going to be there till after. And they were all like there after 10 or something. And I was like, but anyway, I went and rode. I did a 5K just rowing.
Yeah.
Man, I was good. And then I want to say about 15 minutes later, I almost was like, man, I don't think I'm going out because I wanted to just. Yeah, I was exhausted. But
that teacher scheduled during the week.
But I loved that. Like I loved how the row helped the whole body. But anyway, kind of circling around this, it's helped me mentally because we get stressed out at school. Just exercising is a good outlet for like all the stress we have to put, all that's on our shoulders and stuff. So
yeah. And now you know.
Knowing is half the battle. Let's try that again. See if we can sync it up.
Just kind of felt like one of those like moments where it was appropriate to throw in like a G.I. Joe reference right there.
Episode 3, you were talking about how you signed up with Painting with a Twist, right? You gave them your email, and you were getting, what were you getting again? Emails for what?
I get emails for ladies' nights out every once in a while, which irritates me because I'm not a girl. So not that it's bad to go for ladies' nights. It's just I'm not a girl, so I'm not a lady.
I think, since I work at elementary, it's mostly women, right? And I work with a lot of cool ladies. But I swear half the time I think they forget I'm a guy. It's like they just forget I'm even there. And some of their conversations, like they'll just talk about like, not last night, but like last week we were out and like 2 girls were like checking out some dude and then like right by me, and I'm like, if that guy walks by, he's gonna think I'm talking about him. Like it's like, ooh, he looks cute. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just it's like kind of embarrassing. But
I'm just not that. That's not me.
It's just not me. But what was kind of more embarrassing is I walked in, say we're getting together as a grade level in conference time, planning something or whatever, and I'll walk into the classroom, and the first thing I hear is like, oh, my period's so rough, and like I'll walk in and I'll turn around and I'll go back. They're like, where are you going? I was like, I gotta go get a pen. And they're like, no, we got one for you. And I was like, no, I need my own. In fact, I might go to Walmart. I'll be back in 20 minutes or whatever.
I didn't know we were talking about Eli right now because I'm sure that's what you meant by period. Periods and exclamation points, right?
Yeah. There was a show that called it Aunt Irma Visits. And I was like, that's funny. But like I said, well, you're admin. There's still a lot of women up there. Do they forget you're a guy in the office?
I have to remind someone to go to class or go to their rooms to do conference period type stuff because you can have a lot of chatting going on in the front office, and so if I'm in my office, I hear stuff.
Oh, like during their conference time or whatever?
Yeah, sometimes they just come hang out because you make a copy and you hang out with the front people.
Oh, what's that? But they're not like talking to you. Like you're just there. Oh, gotcha.
No, not me.
I gotcha. Another like kind of reminding. Or whenever I think it was episode 2. See, my legs are a lot better, by the way. See that? The sunburn is kind of sealed.
Yeah, that's right.
But you were making fun of my legs, and actually, I think it was.
Learn to reapply, man. It's the directions on the bottle.
Yeah, or just don't stand out in the sun from like 12:30 to 3. You know.
Well, I mean, just reapply sunscreen. Like it says.
You know, when you kayak, you're actually you're working. You know.
You don't have a possibility for like a backpack to put some.
I had my hands. I'm saying my hands are being used on the rows.
It's not kayak. Like, are you?
Tell the water. I tell the
Colorado River. Like,
it's just a Bernie Lake, man. Was that the lake?
The water that rough to where you can't just stop.
The water's not rough, but what? Yeah, I can't just like if I'm at if I'm at the Guadalupe or something. But you know, a lot of the rivers they're shallow, right? Like I was at Bergheim last summer. That water. The only reason I didn't go back, it was a cool thing, but the water was low, so you can kind of get out and stand up and whatever, right? I'm saying on the lake, can't just like in the middle of the water just put my paddle down.
But your legs are up. Like, hold it with one hand. Like,
anyway, we're getting sidetracked because you're like making fun of the legs again.
Just say like
you don't see me making fun of your head. Like if you get sunburned,
I don't anymore.
Yeah,
I learned.
Well, have I got sunburned since?
It's only been like 2 weeks.
It has only been it's been a little more than that, but
I'll give you 4 weeks.
Anyway, I think the next Saturday after that, I went to a soccer game and local soccer team, and part of the problem, my legs were still kind of sunburned, right, and still kind of aching, but I was wearing some terrible shoes. Like these shoes were old, so the soles weren't as good. So like it made the bottom of my feet hurt. They were sore, which kind of worked all the way up to the the legs, the shins, the knees, the hips.
You're sounding kind of old right You're
Anyway,
sounding kind of old.
I'm at the game and I was just like, I remember kind of complaining. I was like, oh, my legs hurt. And two of the guys I know a lot of people there, but anyway, one guy was just like, I think you need an enema. And I was like, what?
Ugh.
I was like, dude, I was like, you're the kind of doctor that would come in, if someone comes in there and is like, I have something wrong with my throat. You're like, we got to go up the anus. Let's check it out. I was just like, where did you get your medical degree, man? And his friend's like, Cracker Jack box. I was like, pretty much. But so that was that Saturday, right? So that Monday, it was the week before school started. So I was in my classroom, like setting stuff up, whatever. And I texted both those guys. I was like, just so you know. And one guy, the guy that said it, that I needed an enema, call him Moose. And I was just like, just so you know, Moose, my legs are fine, and I don't have to stick anything in my butt. I just wanted you to know, like, I'm good to go.
Just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, just in case you needed to know. You reminded me off air, and I totally forgot about it, but I now remember it now. My circle gets a square phrase, like, correct. I remember back, it was shortly after we graduated. Most people don't really watch like cable now. Like everyone streams a lot of stuff, right? But remember the Game Show Network, it had its own network. I mean, I know it's still out there. It's still out there, but that used to be one of my favorite like TV stations. Yeah. Like when because I'd watch Game Show Network and watch like the Newlywed Game or the the Scrabble or whatever. There was all sorts of games that I loved watching. I totally forgot I would say that. I would just say that all the time, just so I can.
For like a few months, like you had a stretch where like you were trying, it was like you were trying to force a catchphrase.
Yeah. Trying like we thought we had a TV show back then, even though we didn't.
Do you
remember what
Game Show Network? I don't even know what if it was called Whammy or what. But
yeah.
Big bucks.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
Whammy's big. And
then there's like double whammy.
Yeah, I like every once in a while, like whenever like for instance, like when we were talking about last time about fixing the copy machine.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I try to put all the panels back together and you're ready to go and you like get push to start and you're like, hopefully it'll get it. I'm like, big bucks, no Whammy's big bucks. And every once in a while somebody's like, oh, I remember that. I'm like, yeah.
It's also like when you spin the wheel on the Wheel of Fortune and you don't hit bankrupt. Don't hit lose, son.
Pat Sajak's still alive.
Yeah.
I watched an episode the other day.
Vanna White's still going in.
I know. And I was like,
but
I don't know. I just kind of feel like they should have been retired. I mean, you feel like they made enough money.
Maybe they love what they do, man.
Well, yeah, I would too. Like all you do is stand up there, name off a couple letters, and then.
Well, Vanna White, she doesn't even like.
She just touches the light.
Yeah, before she used to turn it over. Now she's just like, so she's like pointing at. She's just like a hand model. Hey, so our new app, we added some more sounds to it. So like, yeah, you're like, no whammy, and then there goes the copier, and you're like, and then you're like, you son of a. I'm out of here.
Well, Pat Sajak though, yeah, like he's talk about people being stoned. That guy seems like he's high all the time too. I'm just saying, like he just
on the show.
He seems real calm. Like people get bankrupt. Oh no.
So you think because he's calm, he's high? He's just a relaxed guy.
Seems like it.
All right. I'm a procrastinator. Right? I'm a pro at procrastinating. Right. If there was a draft, I think I'd be like a top 10 pick.
Okay.
If there's a Mount Rushmore, I'd be on it. Hall of Fame, first ballot, right? All that jazz. I'm supposed to. I think we spoke before the Science of Reading course, right?
Yeah.
Now I am so far behind. Part of it's not my fault though. I mean, most of it is, but part of it isn't. I had teachers that started in June, and I'm like, it's June. I'm not going to be working on something when it's summertime. Like, I'm going to wait till it's June. But I've been having problems logging in. Ready? All right, it's cheers time, and my screen moved up a little bit for me. All right, what do we got here? Hey, Choey, what do we say to our friends in Germany?
Prost.
Prost. South Korea? Gunbei. Brazil? Saudi. England? Cheers, mate. Australia?
Cheers, mate, again. On the body.
And Barbados.
Cheers. I don't know how.
I like how you go from like cheers, mate, and then you're like cheers.
You're
just like
I'm not like a Barbadian. I or Barbadian
You're-
accent.
You're like you seen Wayne's World, right?
Yeah.
You're where they're like he's doing when they had the green screen and doing all the states. He's like, I'm in Delaware.
We're in Texas, raising Broncos.
And he's like,
Hi,
I'm
I'm
in Delaware. People in Delaware are like, what the what the All right, so we're done with your little piece, right?
Yes.
So now it's time to joke with Jandler.
Joking with Jan.
Joking with Jans. I like that. That's even better than joking with Jandler. Jans.
Jan.
Or
It's the Jan man.
that's Choey and Jan.
Seems like it should be some weird like Saturday morning cartoon. Do they even have Saturday morning cartoons anymore?
So that's our next step, right? We're gonna make an animated Choey and Jandler show.
That I can't wait for the bobbleheads to come
The
out.
bobbleheads, yeah.
My big bald head bouncing back and forth.
We can. It's another thing we could do. I bet we could. We have to pay it. It's like we're not. It's all on us. But
We gotta get a sponsor first, though.
yeah. Before we
Small
start
steps.
just wasting money.
Small steps. One small step for Choey and Jan. One giant leap for podcast content.
All right. So on this episode of Joking with Chan, Joking with Jans, where I'm doing TV teachers, right?
Okay.
And so like I found a list. Like I didn't rank them, right?
All right.
But I found like I was looking online, and there's actually a couple that I could have put on there that I didn't. But I was just like, I don't want to make it too much, right? I don't want to spin this going too long. But basically, what I'm going to show you a picture, talk about this teacher, and you know, if you would have liked to have been in this teacher's class, like you like them,
Yeah.
you know, give the thumbs up, we'll get the nice ding, and if you don't, well, thumbs down, the nice, or well, they're not so nice,
Yeah.
you know, negative. So here's the first one. We got now. Were you a fan of How I Met Your Mother?
I didn't really watch too many episodes.
Neither did I.
I got into it late, and I guess I'm one of those people like the Game of Thrones. Like I only watched a few episodes, partially because of all the stuff that they did with their relatives. That I was like, what's wrong with you? But also partially because once the phenomenon's kind of gone long enough, I feel like I'm just out of the loop. I don't want to be the weirdo, the loser.
You don't want to binge to catch up?
Remember in episode 2, and everybody's like, we're in season 8.
Yeah, you're like way behind me.
Loser.
So Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
Isn't he the guy? Like he's the main.
He's the main guy. Yeah. What do you think? Yay or nay for him being your teacher?
Boy, I'm going to say this is not the knock on the show, but I'm going to say no, just because I really don't know it too much.
Yeah. So you're just based on your like, I don't have enough. I don't have enough information about you.
Information. Sorry, got to thumb down you there, guy.
Here's throw a little way back for you. You know Dick Sullivan from Third Rock from the Sun?
He was a teacher, right?
He was a professor actually, but at college.
Yeah.
Would you love to? His classroom or no?
Just because that show was funny.
So I would say yes because it was funny. But if you remember him in the episodes, he was an asshole.
Yeah.
He was a hole. Coach Fox from Coach.
Fox, Minnesota State Screaming Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
Any reason why? Because you're a football fan? You like Dauber?
Do you know Dauber went on to become? He's Patrick on SpongeBob.
Really?
Dauber's the voice of Patrick.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Now you guys say yes to this guy. Well, he'd probably be a
Can we get a double?
hole in.
Can we get a double cha-ching on this guy? Just because Mr.
You're
Garvey
like-
from the
outside. People aren't seeing what we're seeing,
Yeah.
right? So
Mr. Garvey from Key and Peele.
Mr. Garvey from Key and Peele, which always and we're gonna do a name game at some point, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
But one of the funniest things. Actually, I know like AA Ron, but I know one of the teachers. Her name's Jessica, and I always think about this. Jessica.
There was a little GIF or GIF, how you pronounce it. I know some people say one way or the other. That had like some pencils with the name on the pencils, and it was Timothy Balake. And it was like, if you don't get this, we can't be friends.
Just to go back for GIF,
Yeah.
right? Now I know people call it GIF a lot of times because it's G's for graphics.
Yeah.
But with the English language, if you have a G that's followed by the letter I, that G is soft. So it should be GIF. Like just based on that, it should be called GIF.
There's probably like some exceptions somewhere though. I bet you I could think of one
Giant is a J.
gigantic.
Yeah.
Jim.
Jim's a Y. The Y X is an I there.
Gigabytes. Whoa.
No, but see,
Gigabytes is GIGA.
that's you saying it gigabytes. There's people that call it. You saw
They
Back to
say
the Future? Gigawatts.
That's right.
Well, that was gigawatts, so that wasn't gigabytes. But
it's still the giga thing.
yeah. All right, so next one. We're off tangent there.
It's super off tangent, but because he was a doc. He was Doc Brown.
I know what your answer is going to be here, so I'm going to give you this before I even ask you. Cam Tugger from Modern Family?
Oh, yeah. He was a horrible teacher, but he was fun.
Great football coach, right? What was he?
He was a good football coach.
I mean, horrible. Like he was just like he was outrageous, right? Didn't he wear like costumes and stuff in class? Kids would probably love that, though. You know, think about that. If you're in the classroom, it's never boring.
I would just if I gave him feedback, his pace was too quick.
Okay.
Rushing it.
He's an excited guy. Ooh, Ross Geller from Friends. Yay or nay?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go Ross. Just because we're Friends fanatics, but he was kind of a goofball.
Well, going back, also like our conversation with like Dick Solomon.
Yeah.
Excuse me, in Third Rock from the Sun, funny guy. Probably wouldn't be great to be because he called people idiots all the time.
Yeah.
Like he would just look down on them all the time. At least Ross didn't do that, you know. But also, when you watch the episodes, you really learn a lot from him. He's a smart guy, but he's really great at teaching you what he knew. So like, it's like, yeah, I'd probably like it, but I also might be like,
given that one presentation where he developed the English accent.
Yeah. And he filtered it out.
Yeah.
Mr. Garrison,
no.
South Park.
No.
Why not?
A lot of problems with that guy.
So as an admin, would you hire that guy?
Absolutely not. I would. I don't even know if I would interview that guy.
Like, how do we get rid of you?
That one, he could document himself out in a week.
Is that like two? You remember Charlie Moore from Head of the Class?
I really don't.
Do you have HBO Max, by the way?
I do.
It's on Head of the Class on HBO Max.
Really?
Yeah, I used to love the show. It was like, I think it's like late 80s, mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
But when it got to the 90s, if you remember a lot about the 90s shows,
yeah,
they started getting stupid. Not just this show. Like, because remember everything they tried to make like hip hop was coming up.
Yeah.
And so like even if it didn't fit into the show, they would kind of just like, oh, we're just gonna throw it in there. But to remind you of Head of the Class, they're in New York, and they have like this. It's this honors class. It's like this gifted and talented type honors class, right? Yeah. And he's like a hippie, like being he's like he doesn't teach based on the textbook, right?
Yeah.
He teaches with life lessons, and he's very entertaining, and a lot of projects makes the kids think and stuff. So I mean,
don't know if she'll be on your thing, but it's not really like for the teachers. But Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, Miss Bliss.
Force fed a lot of like try to hip hop because like they were trying to do like little rap stuff when they were trying to be cool enough.
Oh yeah, well that's near the end. But no, but you remember Miss Bliss? Remember when Saved by the Bell was like a middle school, like in Indiana?
Because it was called it was something else. Before, like they actually had like a different episode like title for the show.
It was pretty amazing that it was like Zach Morris went from Indiana, I think it was Indiana, because somewhere in the Midwest, to all the way to like he's Bayside in California. And it's just like, dude, you went from middle school to high school, which I get, but you just moved.
Yeah.
And Mr. Belden apparently moved with you.
Everybody moved from school.
Yeah.
Except for a couple of kids.
So I'm gonna vote for you on this because you should get you want this guy.
Okay.
You may hate him as a principal just because he doesn't like do everything you want to do like by the book.
Yeah.
But the kids learn, and he's entertaining in the class.
I'll give it to you.
Mrs. Krabappel and The Simpsons.
No. This lady hates her job.
Well, she's had Bart Simpson in her class for 35 years, man.
She's funny.
She is funny.
She's like, I'm not saying every teacher like that, but that like she has the attitude of like a 7:00 Friday night happy hour teacher.
Yeah,
all the time. Where you're just done with it.
There's probably an episode where she had like liquor in her dress or dress. I meant drawer.
Yeah, probably.
Let's say dresser. Mr. Feeney, Boy Meets World.
That was the one I was thinking about. It was like
you said yes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you know what? Like you talk about Belding following everybody. Feeney was like their teacher and then their principal, and then their college professor.
Right.
Like, so he was always teaching them something at every level. You're like, he went from middle school to their high school to their college.
Did you watch Girl Meets World?
I have not.
Okay. Well, you don't have a daughter, so probably you didn't have to watch it.
Kind of, yeah. Pretty much. I didn't want anybody in my house to make fun of me about it.
But so they
Is he on that show too?
I don't know, because I know a friend of mine, he's got a daughter. I remember watching it a couple times. I don't remember seeing Mr. Feeney, but I know there's Fuller House. I know it's like a.
I tried to watch that.
I wouldn't call it a remake, call it continuation.
Yeah. I tried to watch that for like 5 minutes, and I was like, the first episode, I was like, I'm good with that.
Stephanie looks pretty. Well, they all like. Stephanie, you know, Stephanie's right here.
Come down, sir.
But what's her name? Candace Cameron.
Yes.
She's married to was it Pablo Beret? She's married to a hockey player. Yeah. That's impressive. All right, last one. Mr. White, Breaking Bad.
Boy.
Yay or nay?
So as far as content knowledge,
the
guy, bar none, is probably one of the best scientists and teachers that you could have. But
it's true.
So if we're going on content, I'll say yeah.
I'm sure you wanted this,
but as
and
far
then you
as
want
ethics, probably no. Just because.
So you're like overall. Overall.
We'll give him 51% yes.
51% yes. As a principal, yay or nay? Like, would you want to hire the guy? Would you be scared to fire him?
I don't know. He'd probably be one of those ones that you're like, hey, you're leaving a few minutes early, and they just grumble at you, and you're like, all right, I'll let you.
You're like, I was gonna talk to you about something. Never mind.
I'll just get you tomorrow.
We can take care of this. Let's send you a text or whatever.
We'll get so and so to cover for you.
Leave me alone. All right, and that's it for this episode, and we're gonna stop here, and obviously we'll be back with more stuff in the future, right?
So until next time.
Yeah, and good ideas. Thank you. Take it easy, Choey.
You too, Jan.